We have a similar start in life. We come from like statistics, computer science as a sort of background.
Yeah, totally.
But instead of ending up working for a big tech company, you ended up here.
I actually didn't mean to get into doing the kind of nonprofit work, so to speak. I just kind of raised my hand and said, hey, I would love to work on some of these data problems in the social space.
How long have you been involved with DataKind now, and how did you get there?
Yeah, sure. So I founded DataKind with my co-founders about 8 years ago now, when it first really started as an idea.
Yeah.
And really the mission's been the same all along, which is to figure out how do we get data science and machine learning to be embedded in social impact. We really want to use those technologies in the service of humanity.
So I'm curious if you have any like favorite examples of either your work or DataKind's work where you've seen a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the examples that always comes top of mind was a project that a team did with this group in the Molten Miguel Water District. And one of the challenges they had was they're figuring out in Southern California how to get water to people. There's a lot of problems there because there's obviously a lot of drought. And so we teamed them up with this team of data scientists who were working for about 6 months with them. Folks from like environmental conservation and Netflix, like really, corporate and academics together. And they built this algorithm, this tool that would predict down to the block by block level how much water people needed, save something like $25 million a year.
Yeah.
And, so I think when you hear those moments, you're like, that's crazy. I think what's more exciting is it's not just the individual projects. You start to see that cultural shift change, right? You see these organizations start to hire folks or make the case to their funders that they should be doing this work, and that's really what's kind of inspiring to me.
I think just as you find these groups of data scientists in cities like New York, the same story is playing out in Namibia, in Kenya, in Tanzania. So I think just recognizing that there are data scientists everywhere. The way we're looking at data science at the Rockefeller Foundation is how we can make a change in the sector as a whole through partnering with organizations like DataKind, but also how we can boost the work of our own initiative teams.
Rockefeller has taken this step. I think you all are leading the way in saying, hey, we're not just making an incremental investment in a few data systems or thinking about better analysis. We're really trying to drive what a kind of data-enabled social sector could look like. And I think one of the things that can get lost in these conversations when people come out talking about blockchain for poverty and like AI for good is this isn't going to work if it's like an export, right? I mean, here, you and I are talking about this, comfortable, privileged, New York in the background, talking about what's going to happen across the world. While we have some perspectives, I don't think we're going to get to a place where data science and machine learning is meaningfully embedded in the sector unless there is representation and co-equal leadership across the world.